Hello, welcome to an audiovisual essay based on the theme of identity. Identity can be portrayed in so many different ways, and it is portrayed in so many different ways, mainly because identity is so complicated. In today's audiovisual essay, I want to talk about two different pieces of media. Invincible, written by Robert Kirkman, and Sinners, written and directed by Ryan Coogler. These two films both have something in common, which is the standing up to others for your own self-identity, overcoming adversity, and is pushing past the odds to stay true to who you really are and not letting others influence you. We're going to begin with Invincible here. We're going to jump to the season finale of season 1 between the scene where Mark and Omni-Man have the discussion where Mark has finally told the truth about Omni-Man's true intentions.
It's not something I want for you. This isn't your world, it's theirs. But we can help them. We can stop wars, eliminate hunger, give them medical technology centuries ahead of what they have now. We've already been doing it. If it wasn't for you and me, this planet would be in flames. All we have to do is welcome Earth into our empire. This is the only way, Mark.
Don't touch me.
Calm down.
I will not calm down. This is insane. What do you think is gonna happen? That I'm gonna go enslave my friends for a bunch of aliens I've never met? This is my life. These are my people.
We have a responsibility to Viltrum.
I don't give a shit about Viltrum. And I don't care if I live a fucking million years. This is my home, and I won't let you destroy it.
You don't know what you're saying. And I can't let you interfere.
I know exactly what I'm saying.
The main thing to pay attention here would be the dialogue. Omni-Man decides to try and manipulate Mark by using words like we and a purpose to try and make Mark feel like he has the same destiny as him. He wants Mark to be who he wants him to be, who Viltrum wants him to be, without any consideration for what Mark wants to be. Mark actively defies against his father, though, and decides to defend Earth, even if that means having to fight his father, who he loves dearly despite this newfound revelation. This scene is a simple yet straightforward way of showing the different ways of identity. Omni-Man's identity isn't even completely figured out on his own because he has the false deception that Viltrum is actually trying to help these planets when in reality they just want to conquer. He doesn't even have his own set identity and he lives in his own sense of self-delusion. Whereas Mark has the entire season has been trying to find himself. And I believe here in this scene truly finds who he is as a superhero and defines what a hero truly is. And he's able to find his own identity through this interaction. Mark is Mark. He isn't his father, and that shows on display here. And we can apply that to our everyday lives. Not letting other people influence us no matter how much we looked up to them or how much we still look up to them. Mark's morality also goes hand in hand with his identity, which is on display here as a compassionate human being that cares for the people around him and his planet. I want to wrap this section up here by mentioning a quick little quote from Jacob Kaplinger on an article called Invincible's Morality and Ethics, Survival of the Fittest or the Kindest. Here, Kaplinger has a really good final analysis of Mark's morality. Mark doesn't always make the right choice, and the world often punishes him for trying. But he continues. Like Canis Sisyphus, he persists, not because the struggle guarantees a win, but because the struggle itself is where meaning is forged. Next, let's move on to Sinners, written and directed by Ryan Coogler. The movie is about a juke joint run by these two twins named Smoke and Stack who decide to bring in a bunch of friends and family from all over Louisiana to come for one night of joy, until that gets ruined by vampires. This scene we're about to watch follows the epilogue of the film 60 years later when, after Sammy has pursued his music career, despite his own father trying to tell him to stay away from music multiple times throughout the beginning of the film, and as well as the last scene of the film prior to the epilogue. The main thing you want to pay attention to here in this scene is the dialogue as well as the mise-en-scène, more specifically the prop of the guitar, which will be explained after we see the scene.
How about it, Sammy? You still got the reel in you?
don't know why the hell I'm a here. Traveling, I don't know why in the hell I'm here. Because the woman I'm loving, you know she really don't care. You know something? Maybe once a week, I wake up paralyzed, reliving that night. But before the sun went down, I think that was the best day of my life. Was it like that for you?
No doubt about it.
This scene is so powerful because it really does show that how dedicated Sammy was to his music, and it shows how he was able to overcome all the adversity and obstacles that it took to get to where he is. His father told him to leave music behind and said that the guitar was demonic and sinful. And that same night, because of the music luring the vampires in, he lost everything. He had every right to change to who he was and abandon music forever. But he didn't. And he kept the same guitar from that exact same night after he lost everything, seemingly. To further support how powerful this whole idea is just because of the guitar, I have a quote here from the NY Times article. This moment immediately establishes the tension between sacred and secular, faith and art. Sammy's father, a preacher, embodies the generational conflict between the church's emphasis on piety and the younger generation's yearning for creative expression. Throughout the film, Christianity is portrayed as both a source of hope and a tool of repression. The church offers sanctuary, but also imposes limits. Sammy is repeatedly told to renounce his music, which is viewed as either sinful or even demonic. But despite everything, Sammy stays to who he is, regardless of influence and regardless of his tragedies. And that in and of itself is extremely powerful. These two films show us how powerful media can be in conveying our own identities. Covering this theme in different media, whether it be shows, TVs, or video games, can help us as people stay true to ourselves and find ourselves if we haven't already.